Now, your problem, if you're trying to put me on the public trial, by the way, right, is one, you can't charge me with the crime, right, unless I did so willingly, right? Even if I were to do something you think is illegal, right? You can't have someone misrepresent themselves in the process of doing something extra to me, right? For example, if you assault me, right, because you think I had sex with an underage girl, right? If you knew she was an underage girl, but you had her lie to me, for example, right, and say a different age, I'm not, like I told you, someone who claims to be able to read someone's mind another age, right? See, that's what you don't get, right? When a client goes into a store, even a nail salon, right, for example, right, the person leasing the store is the one required to hire the people, right? Right. Not me, I know. You're forgetting that little detail, right? Well, in Georgia, the law of how the child had to be to do the job is 16, right? That's also the legal age of consent, right? In Georgia too, right? If the girl is 15, right? Even if it's her dad who leased the store, hypothetically, right? The girl still cannot lie to me about her age and do my nails, right? I have the right to refuse service if she's 15 and have a more qualified or even, what's the word, certified woman to do my nails, right? Do you understand what I mean? Right. She's supposed to be maybe at least a trainee, maybe, right? But if she does my nails, even though there were other women in the store, she can't tell me she's 37 and I know she is or isn't, right, when I go into the store, right? I'm not claiming I can tell a lie from the truth when I meet someone for the first time. Never said that, right? You're trying to make the girl underage, right? But you also had her lie to me about her age. You can't do both and prove I'm a pedophile, or a pedophile, actually. Pedo means foot. Pedia, as in pediatrician, means child lover. Phile, alright, is from philo, which means brotherly love, by the way. Philia, or philios, or phileus, right, as Jesus said to Peter, right, is more along the lines of, right, loving younger people, male or female children, right? And Peter has a problem with brotherly love, right? Phileo, right? Or filio. The word phile has been used also to mean love, though. But you're also making it something sexual. Now, people can be into foot fetishes, alright, and have their feet massaged, right? That's pedophilia. Pedophilia is where you're going after children, right? You're so messed up about the word itself, again, right? This is just common research you could do on YouTube or the Google machine or whatever, right? And find out pedo means foot and pedia means child, right? You're so busy trying to prove I want sex with the child, which I never did, right? That you set me up illegally with a 15-year-old girl who lied about her age, right? Tell that to the judge, because that's what I'm going to tell him, right? Anyway, I have a right to face my accuser, which is the girl, if she's lied about her age, right? And you too, right? In court. You're trying to try me in public opinion on YouTube like I'm not even a real person when I am. I talk to you about this every night, right? What you're doing is changing something that happened between me, my ex-wife, and stepdaughter and making it a full-blown crime when all the girl could have done is wake me up in the middle of the night if, perchance, she was trying to go to the bathroom or something, right? Now, if I am involved with my own sister and my stepbrothers growing up, right, you can't prove I wouldn't know how to handle that situation if it happened or not in the first place, right? Plus, it is a possibility that it could have went weird, but the only way you would know that is if you're trying to, again, after I went mentally ill, by the way, right? When I never reported hearing voices in Georgia at all, only Virginia, or overseas in the Mediterranean, while dealing with all the crap I'm being shown in the Navy. I wasn't shown anything like I was shown when I went into the Navy. It's also called information overload, right? If you're being supposed to be trained as an electrician and your shipmates are asking you if you're gay, what can you do about it if you tell them no and they won't train you, right? You don't even know why they won't train you. That's how greenhorn I am. You know what a greenhorn is, right? Has to do with being a cowboy, right? By the way. A greenhorn is someone who don't even know how to break in a horse, for example, right? As soon as you put him on one, it's called a bucky. That's why they laugh at you, right? If you're trying to ride a horse for a first time. You're considered a greenhorn if you don't know how to even ride a horse, right? Or something like that, you in the cowboy world, right? Well, again, I grew up around certain things growing up, right? Mm-hmm. Including one of my uncles who married into my family had a horse and stable and stuff like that, right? And when we would go over to his house, sometimes I would ride the horse, right? Well, like any child, I didn't know how to ride properly, and I'd fall off once in a while, but I got back up, right? You know what I mean, right? But I'm still a greenhorn in that I've never been trained properly to ride a horse either, right? Even though I might have rode one when I was a child, right? For example, right? And I keep telling you, I'm mentally ill. You can't do me how you would do a normal person who's not mentally ill, who doesn't have a physical disability, right? Why do you think the VA can protect me from you or can't, right? Now, when I was asked to do jury duty, right, how do you think I can get out of it? Even if I went to some kind of fake trial situation, I guess, I don't know, right? or not, right? Even if I have some faculty left after I went mentally ill, right? It don't mean I'm 100% who I used to be before I joined the Navy, right? Or don't have a mental defect that if you do something to try to get the girl to lie to me and I'm looking for a girlfriend, right? And I'm reading something in the Bible you don't even want to read, for example. Like Moses saying, if a man lies with a virgin, don't give her an age, by the way, and entices her to lay with him, he shall surely endow her to be his wife and go to her father and ask her hand in marriage, right? Which if the girl was 37 or 15 and a virgin, I would do the same thing, right? Legally, and you can marry her, right? Even if you have premarital sex, right? That's the attitude I always had if I was to have sex anyway, right? Before marriage. See, that's in the Old Testament, though. What's confusing you is people are taking what Paul said about marriage, which is in a whole damn chapter, by the way, And some people are saying, if you're called into Jesus as a child, you can't marry. No. That's what Paul said. No, it's not, right? What he's really saying is, if you want to marry, you can marry. If you don't have to, right? All he's saying in a nutshell, right? If you read the whole chapter. Now, he's also telling you, though, if your wife cheats on you, right, you're just to divorce her because the unbelieving wife is not wanting to stay with you, right? But you say, well, Jesus said if you divorce someone and you marry someone else, you're committing adultery. Yeah, you are, right? Now, your problem is the woman caught in the well out of adultery and the woman at the well. Mm-hmm. Both women were divorced, or about to be, more than months. Mm-hmm. The woman at the well was even living with the dude, right? Where she met Jesus in the first place. And Jesus, unlike other Jews of his era, right, was talking to this woman like she was a human being even, right? Most Jewish men avoided the Samaritans because of their religious misinterpretation of Moses' law, right? They had become so crazy about the law that, like Jesus said with the parable of the Good Samaritan, they wouldn't even help an injured man attacked by thieves, hypothetically, by the way, right? Or literally, right? That if they were to come across someone injured, they wouldn't even send help for the man. They would just pass on by and let him die, right? That's what Jesus means, right? They had gotten so pious, they lost their humanity. That's what Jesus means about following the law, where even if your donkey falls into the pit on the Sabbath day, you know you gotta get it out or the animal's gonna die. You're losing your humanity. Not simply about gay or straight, either. What that means is you're not having compassion, right, on something that was not necessarily something I could avoid if the girl lied about her age, right? Because I'm not the one responsible for hiring the girl to work in the workspace anyway. The person who did is, right? Even if it's her father who leased the building, or the space in the building he leased from someone else, right? He opened a nail salon, right? The daughter wanted to work in the nail salon, but couldn't until she was legally 16 at the time, right? Now, even if she's doing that, right, I only have to know that's what happened to not get her in trouble too, right? But if she thinks she has to lie to me about it and have sex with me, right? I didn't tell her that once, right? That she had to do that or I wouldn't let her do anybody else, right? I don't even know what you're talking about because I just think it's hypothetical, like with the Samaritan, for example, right? Right. I don't know. You're really telling me some 15-year-old girl that's going to try to seduce me in a salon when I go in there or not, right? And lie about her age and tell me she's from New Jersey and a college graduate, even right?